Hey, what's going on? Understand life lessons. What's up? How's everybody doing? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up, Myra? How you doing? I'm well. Okay, you're doing well. Understand life lessons. I'm actually a little under the weather. I don't know if you can tell from my voice, a little under the weather, but I wanted to come on real quick and chat with you guys a little bit. I've been burning both ends of the candle, and sometimes spirit will let you know, hey, sit your butt down. So that's the message that I receive, from, of course, the parent being under the weather. They're trying to tell me, slow down, sit your butt down somewhere. So I've been doing a lot, working a lot on my job and, of course, in my business. So send the Helen. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's up, Mary Bell? What's up? You tuning in? Yeah. Grand Rising. What's up, Spirit Goddess? How you doing? Rahubat, Rahubat. Myra Farley. Got to eat and get some rest. Yeah. I've been trying to eat more light this month. And so I need to increase my water, as you guys can see. I got to increase my water intake. Because I think that's one of the problems as well. I don't drink enough water. You say I look much better? Yeah. I could tell, like yesterday, I was supposed to work today. And then yesterday, I was like, I think I need to take today off because I don't want to, do too much and then be where it's going to take me longer to recover. I look different, refreshed, yeah. Getting up, getting out, getting some fresh air, that helps. So, just trying to take care of yourself. And that's pretty much what the message is going to be today, guys, is, as when you're, especially when you're a person that is in their spiritual practice and whatever you're doing, outside of meditating and working with your chakras, doing breath work, getting up on your studies, things of that nature, you have to take care of your well-being. You have to take care of your immune system. You have to boost your immune system, especially now. Like here in Florida, 2 weeks ago it was like in the 50s. Today, I think the temperature is set at like 72. Tomorrow is going back to the 50s. So it's seesawing, and you can really never tell how it's going to be outside. You know what I mean? So this polarity shift with this weather that's going on, it's really having people to reevaluate like where they live at and if this is going to be a good place for them to be for very long, because the flooding that's going on in California, to the cold weather that's coming to Georgia and South Carolina and even North Carolina, is receiving a lot of cold weather, temperatures that's breaking records from a year ago, 5 years ago. So really got to take care of yourself holistically and mentally and physically. It's a lot of energy on this planet now. A lot of beings that are actually resurfacing You know, you got the Titans here. You have certain beings that are resurfacing, that's, you know, coming to the forefront, letting themselves be known. If you look at the clouds, those are not regular clouds. Those are like something that you would put up to disguise that they're crafts in disguise, right? So that's what's going on, and I think that's why they're spraying a lot more of these chemicals in the air to kind of like block the images that we're seeing from these clouds, or even planets that starting to align in our solar system. You know, yeah, everything is being cloaked. Everything is being cloaked. So, yep, yep, exactly, Mary Bell. Yep, Dr. York, he spoke on this years and years ago. And, you know, some of us took heed to it. Some of us prepared for this day and this time that we're in. And some of us were sitting back saying, oh, wow, you know, it's starting to happen. You know what I mean? And so, what's up, Patricia Francis? What's going on? How you doing? Romy, what's up? What's up? So, guys, yeah, I really wanted to let you guys know that I'm also building a community on Patreon as well. So, I know some people that, you know, send gifts or ask how they can support me. The best way to support me is going to my Patreon, you know, which is, it's a link in my bio. And once you click on that link, that's going to put you on my email list. If you wish not to be on my email list, just click out of that. And then it's going to open up whether you want to, you know, purchase one of my books, whether you want to get a reading, or whether you just, you know, whether you just want to follow me on some of my social media accounts, as well as Patreon, right? So it's going to have on there, join Patreon. You could join Patreon as little as $2 a month, you know. Of course, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's pockets or anything like that, but that's just, you know, that it's something, because here's what I learned. As a small business owner, if you give people things for free, you know, you won't have a business. If you help people out and show them that, you know, this is a way that you can help them, you know what I mean? And you have very low cost, but you give great value, then they're going to show up. You know what I mean? They're going to show up. They're going to, you know, support you, especially if it benefits them, you know? So definitely subscribe to Patreon. Hey, what's up, Nonchalant? How you doing? I appreciate it. So yeah, definitely click the link in my bio to find out more about how you can subscribe to Patreon. I appreciate it. So yeah, do you guys have any questions or anything like that? Maybe I can answer. Once I start feeling better, I'm going to start doing more readings because I haven't done readings in a while. I've done a couple of private readings, but to come on here and do readings, it's been a while since I did that. So once I get my energy back, I'm definitely going to start doing that. Nonchalant, you doing okay? How's everything going for you? Hi, welcome, Bye Al. How you doing? What's up? Give me 1 second, guys. All right, I'm back, everyone. What's up? What's up? So any questions? Any questions? Imagine if a black Israelite comes on screen, that would be wild. What's up, Billy Tells? What's up? I appreciate it. Appreciate the likes, guys. Appreciate you sharing the live. Any questions? Any questions? So let me tell you guys a little bit about the Patreon community that I'm building, what it entails. Some people, you know, they want to know about like my journey as far as me meditating, and, you know, people who do meditate or they just started, they want to know how it's going to help them, you know. What are they going to get from meditating? What if they don't have much time to meditate and stuff like that, you know? So I'm going to be sharing a lot of content and actually some videos of myself meditating. Also, one of the top tiers that I have on my Patreon community is I'm going to show you the process, and it all comes within, you know, your that tier's fee, right? So it's nothing extra, but I'm going to show you through Zoom. I'm going to, you know, share through Zoom the process and how you create a book, whether it be a book, whether it be an ebook, whether it be a journal, but what's the process of self-publishing your own book. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, as well as a lot of different other stuff. So definitely make sure that you click on the link and check out and see what the tiers offer. Check out and see what the tiers offer. All right. So anybody have a question about maybe something that they've seen lately in the sky, or about their spiritual practice? I'm actually here opening up a package that came to me. So got this thing tight. Do you guys like this? This is something that I'm using to open up. Something that I'm using to open up this box, right? But this is something that I got. I think I got it online somewhere. I seen it and I ordered it. So this is a actual replica of like a little small sword or whatever. So so it has like the scarab beetle on the back, on the front, right? And then the wings as well. So it has like, you know, your hieroglyphics and stuff on there. So what I'm gonna start doing, guys, I'm starting to, this is pink Himalayan salt, right? So what I would like to do is, instead of selling these, people, if I get someone to, the first 5 people, okay, I'll do that. The first 5 people to join my Patreon, okay, and it has to be like the, at least the $10 or $20 tier, right? The first 5 people, I'll send them this as a gift, right? This is pink Himalayan salt, right? And, you know, you could choose to wrap it, right? You could choose to wrap it and wear it as a necklace or a medallion. Or you could just use it as a piece that put by your bed and you can sleep. You can sleep with it. Or for those who do spiritual baths, they can put it, as one of the crystals by the bathtub as they do their spiritual baths, right? So pink Himalayan salt. These are some real nice pieces. So I will do that. The first 5 people that actually get on the $10 or $20 tier, right? I'll send you this as a gift. So this one is mine, though. This one is mine. Right? Isn't that nice? That's cool, right? So this is one that I had made for me. And of course it's already been blessed and everything. So this one, I can actually wear, and it will, like, whenever I wear it out, it will pretty much protect me. Or, a lot of times we as practitioners like to say protection, but what you also have to keep in mind is more so that these crystals and things like that, they deflect energy, meaning that if there's negative energy around you, if there is someone trying to send something your way and it's not pleasant, or someone giving you the evil eye, right? These pieces actually deflect that negative energy, right? And so that's what you want to do, is you want to have, instead of protection, right? Because to me, protection is like you have to lash out at someone. But when you carry a certain energy, code or light code within your being, within yourself, usually it's people that's trying to send negative energy towards you. So basically you put on a shield of protection that deflects the negative energy. So it would be almost like holding up a mirror towards anything that's coming your way that's not for your highest good. You basically deflect that negative energy, hold up your, because this would be like a mirror, and it would be like, bounce off of you, bounce off your aura, and go back to them. So that's how I see the pink Himalayan salt, right? Whenever you set your intentions with this crystal and the things that you want it to do, how you want it to protect you, right? How you get it to protect you is to deflect the negative energy that someone is sending towards you, right? So you don't even, say like you're out with your family, you're out at a club, you're out with your friends or whatever, right? You don't have time to be getting out of your element, things of that nature. You want to enjoy yourself and have fun, right? So what you do is you make sure that you have on a nice piece that's going to deflect the negative energy. Like you won't, like intuitively, you will know that that energy is coming towards you. But at the same time, you're not worried about it. You're not having to protect your people because you already have your shield around you. You already have your protective shield around you. So you're more so deflecting the negative energy. All right. Appreciate that, Spirit Goddess. Appreciate it. Thank you. All type of beings here now. Yes, it is. It is. It's actually a article out talking about certain beings that are, that they're starting to come to the surface. I cannot. It's somewhere I saw that, but I also saw someone doing a lecture, and they were talking about it. They were talking about the Navy actually. They I think it was a portal, like a Stargate, that they actually blew up, and that pretty much woke up some of the Titans as well. You know what I mean? And so that kind of pissed the Titans off, and pretty much they unleashed the Kraken. You know what I mean? You ever seen that movie, The Kraken? They unleashed the Kraken. They awakened the mighty giants, which Titans is specific are named. They didn't really specifically name certain Titans, but even if you go in the mountainous areas, like you can see some of these images of the mountains. They more so look like they have like human images, almost look like either they're laying down sleep, or even in some of these sacred sites that people go to. You can see that if they have like these stone hinges that's standing tall, they actually look like they're in the form of like one of the Titans as well. So, and another thing for you to go see is they have, I believe on Netflix, it's the movie The Titans, right? It's called Titan. So you definitely want to go check that out. Oh, Moanas. Yeah, that's crazy, right? They are of what, Hawaii, right? They're of Hawaiian descent. That's why it's important that you spiritually do your work within. Polynesian. Okay, yes. Polynesian descent. Absolutely. Yeah, that's why it's important, like you say, do your spiritual baths. Make sure that you go within, that you meditate, that you align yourself. Make sure that you always have, good energy, positive thoughts, because a lot of times you may be caught off guard. You're putting yourself in situations that you can avoid if you only tune in to your intuition. Right? Tune into your intuition, tune into your highest thoughts, because your higher self is actually communicating with you. Right? So what I'm doing this year is I'm giving back more to those that are in need. Anytime that I'm around and I see like trash, a trashy area or whatever, or I'm walking or I'm jogging and I see pieces of paper or something that's like in the grass, you know what I mean? Certain things, and of course I'll be careful because I know that certain people, practitioners or whoever is doing rituals, they may leave stuff in certain areas. But do your part in being aware, being conscious, but at the same time, do your part in helping to clean the earth. If you see, like if you're at a park or you're somewhere, right? let's just say in your subdivision or whatever, and you see trash, or you see, someone just throwing something on the ground, a bottle, a can, pick it up, put it in the trash can, right? That's a way of showing love. That's a way of showing that you care about Earth, and that's what Mother Nature want us to do anyway. Is because a lot of us as a collective of human beings are not taking care of the Earth. We're not respecting Mother Nature. We're not respecting the Earth. So that, in a sense, is why we're going through so many things now, right? Because we're in judgment. We're in judgment because of your actions, because of your thoughts, because of your non-activity in showing up. And what I mean by showing up is just being present in a moment, giving gratitude, giving grace for, your life and the things that you have, something that I done, so like I was actually getting ready for work a couple of days ago, showering, and Spirit put on my mind, hey, take some of this money that's on your ancestor altar and give to the needy. I was like, huh? How much? They said half. I was like, okay. And I was like, and then when I was getting dressed, they was like, take a pair of these shoes too. I'm like, a pair of my sneakers? Yeah, you don't wear them much. Like, take your sneakers and the money and give them to a needy person. So that's what I did, So I took it after work as I was going under, passing one of the under bridges, and it was a red light. And I was like, I was told by my ancestors to, to bless you with this. So it wasn't a whole lot, but to a person that's collecting $1 or $2, maybe $5 here and there, because they're homeless or because they're are in need of something, I gave them a pair of shoes and $60, one person, you know what I mean? So you have to listen to what your heart is saying, right? Forget about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Forget about yourself and how you're going to be blessed, or forget about your selfish needs and think about how can you bless other people? How can you give back? You know what I mean? Because you can't think with your mind. You have to think with your heart. You have to listen from your heart, right? Your heart chakra. So when Spirit speaks to me now, I listen, and if my heart is telling me, hey, give this person $100, you know what I mean? That's what I'm going to do, because I'm not in a state of lack by any means. I'm not rich and wealthy. Well, I am, because I'm putting it out in the universe. I am rich and wealthy, but we are in a state of abundance, some of us, where we, and you may say, well, no, I'm not. But if you're ordering things from Amazon every week or every other week, you're in a state of abundance, okay? Because there's some people out there don't even have shoes on their feet. Some people out there don't have a house or apartment to go to. You're in a state of abundance. So we have to listen to our heart. Whenever Spirit tells us to give, right? You need to give, because this whole earth is in judgment right now, right? And it's based on your heart, you opening up your heart, you listening to your heart, you tapping in and connecting, with your higher self, with your ancestors. And as they give you messages, right, as they put it on your heart to give back, listen, do it. You will be amazed at how good you will feel, you know what I'm saying, in doing that. So that's just something that I wanted to speak on, because, I feel like, it's on us to take care of us. Right? It's a lot of us, we look outside of ourselves for help. A lot of us are looking for Muhammad to come back. A lot of us are looking for Jesus to come back. A lot of us are looking for some savior to come back and save us. How about this? Save yourself. Do your part. Do your part in helping mankind. Do your part in helping your neighbor, right? When was the last time you checked on your neighbor? When was the last time you checked on your family members, right? Just send them a little text. Give them a call. Go by and knock on your neighbor's door. Say, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. I was just coming to check on you. I hope that all is well. If you need me, right next door. That's it. Quick 10 seconds of your time. Just let them know that you're there, right? Because there's going to come a time where you're going to depend on your neighbors. You need to know who your neighbors are. They need to know, like that they can count on you, that you need to know that you can trust them, and they need to know that they can trust you. So, step out of your comfort zone a lot of times. You know what I mean? Because when things hit the fan, if there's another hurricane or tornado or whatever, and we can't even tell now these different weather patterns that's going on, what's going to come at us. So in a time of need, you have to lean on your community. You have to lean on the people in your subdivision, or the people, that you can count on. Because if not, you're putting yourself out there to survive on your own. We need each other. We need each other. I appreciate you guys, Spirit Goddess and Nonchalant. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And doing that, I know some of y'all, you're not into it, or some people say it's conspiracy theory or whatever. I'd rather have that title and be prepared than to be in a position where I'm not prepared, right? I'm starting to get my bug out stuff, right? I'm starting to prepare, right? This is a solar panel bank. So this is for like outdoor protection, like when you may need your cell phone, right? Let's just say the power go out and you need to charge up your cell phone. Instead of running to your car, getting your car charger, charging up your phone, you already got a solar powered charger there. You know what I'm saying? So it's certain things that you need to be getting, you know what I'm saying? Emergency equipment and stuff like that. Right? It's certain stuff that you need to be checking into, right? Doing some research on, or just making sure that whenever that time comes, even if it's 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, you never know. But somebody put me up on game, somebody here on TikTok, one of the creators here, and they've created a community where they're holding accountability for the people that's following her, to start getting you a bug out bag. You know what I mean? Because you never know. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen, but you want to make sure that at that time that it does, that you have a backpack that you can quickly and easily grab, and be out the door. You know what I mean? So you don't want to have to think about it. If there's an emergency where you have to leave your house or your city, your town, you know what I'm saying? I live here in Florida, so I've seen it in South Florida where some of them had to, certain hurricanes came, even if it was for a day or so. They had to pack up quickly and leave to go to another city because they didn't know if they were going to have a house once this hurricane, hit. Like, were they prepared? Did they have backpacks ready to go? You see what I'm saying? Emergency equipment ready to go. So these are some things that we have to start thinking about. Yeah, these bug out bags, they and people that's in the military know, right? People that's in the military, or people that, has been preparing themselves for years, they know how important getting yourself ready is. You know what I mean? So what's up, Diana? How you doing? What's up? Welcome. So, we just sitting here vibing, sitting here talking. What's up, Zeb? Just sitting here vibing and talking, making sure that, because that's one thing. You can be spiritually conscious, and, you can talk to spirits, you could talk to the gods, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could talk to your ancestors. You can be a person that meditate and know how to astral project. But how is all that going to help you, right? Whenever a natural disaster happens, and it will help you stay calm, right? It will help you stay calm and to be aware and to be alert. But you need to you need to learn some physical aspects of survival. You know what I mean? Like preparing you and your family. Because what if some of your family members are not spiritual, right? What if they don't believe in what you believe in, right? And what if they continue to call you like you're, like you're weirded out or whatever, because you're preparing for this stuff. And what if it never happens, right? People that, when 2K happened, right? A lot of people were preparing for that, but, the most that ever happened was the technology of the computers going from 1999 to 2000, right? They thought that was going to be the end of the world. But it was just, a change in how we use certain technology, right? But what if natural disasters happen and you have to prepare yourself, like learn some survival skills and techniques, and, have some survival gear. You have to be conscious and aware of, okay, what's my emergency plan for leaving the house? Do my kids know an emergency plan? Do, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. Do my neighbors know what to do? These are the things the tough conversations that you have to talk about. So people, start prepping, start learning, start knowing what to do. Right? So that's all I'm saying. I want to see everybody healthy, wealthy, and prosperous and aware in 2023. You know what I mean? Like, we have no excuses. Yes, things are going to happen. Yes, things are starting to show themselves in the skies, within the clouds. You see the crafts that are being cloaked by these clouds or fake clouds, right? You see the crafts in the air. You see the temperature changing. You see how people are being more aggressive, and how certain, I was in a grocery store past 2 or 3 days, and I'm just like, I'm very aware and conscious of my energy. But I've noticed that how close people are starting to get towards you. And that's making me uncomfortable. And I'm like, why are you like right up on me? You know what I mean? Like, step back, give me a little bit of, and if I got to get out of line, if I got to get out of line and get into another line that feels safe and comfortable and people not pressing up against me, then that's what I would do. You know what I mean? But I don't like people too close up on me. And that's what I've been noticing too, So just be conscious of your energy and be aware. Hey, what's up, Love is Peace? How's it going? Yeah, you just got to be aware, man, because things are getting weird out here. Very weird. What's up, Daryl's lawyer? What's up? Yeah. Excuse me, guys. I'm eating some pineapples. Some pineapple slices. Crystal, what's up? How you doing? So, want to talk about this book a little bit, guys. So I've been getting some feedback on The War Against Humanity, right? If you guys don't know, I am a self-published author. This is my third book that I just published. And so I've been getting some feedback from some people who've already read the book. I've had about 2 or 3 people say, when is the next, copy coming out? Because this is going to be a series, right? So this is part 1. And since I opened up Patreon and I'm doing that type of program, I'm building up that community. I'm going to take a break this year from actually publishing a book and putting it out in 2023. So part 2 of that book will come out in 2024. So it's just a way for me to gather my thoughts, and what I probably do as well is take a writing course to build up on my skills as an author, because you always want to improve yourself. But, yeah, they was asking me, hey, when the next book coming out? When the next part 2 coming out? And so that was real good to hear. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Love and Light, High Priestess? Yeah, so that was good to hear, the positive responses and stuff like that. But yeah, but some of the characters in the first book, the second book, I want to have like some pictures so you guys can see what they look like. You know what I mean? Like, especially like Cypher that's in this book, one of the characters that's in the book. Wakare, the Nagas dragon, of course. I want you guys to see what that Nagas dragon looks like. But I'm talking about some of the indigo children in here, right? Some of those, the star seeds, whether it be indigo, rainbow children, right? I'm in part 2 of this book, I'll probably have them doing more of, they'll be more prevalent. You know what I mean? Like some of them will be main characters in part 2. And what I like is I've already got someone to actually create the characters for me. So they're going to be like superhero characters, right? But I love the fact that, we as starseeds, and if for some of you that are here that may not know what starseeds are, right? Starseeds are children that are born with gifts, talents, abilities. And some people like to say we're hybrids from some angels or some deities, some gods, and we are, just like all of us are. When you look at everyone on the planet, right? Everyone has been mutated from a certain being that was here before human beings were here, right? So some of our DNA, or majority of our DNA, has been spliced, has been sped up. Our genetics, going from homogeneous to Homo sapien, right? That process in our DNA has been sped up, right? Which means that there was an interruption. There was not really a interruption, but an introduction of a DNA species to help speed up our evolutionary process. So within that fact, we have become more advanced intellectually, right? And now that's actually starting to show as we get more in alignment and as we start to go within, to connect with our higher self, right? Some of us are having dreams. Some of us are having lucid dreams. Some of us are having visits, whether it be through meditation or even through dreams of past lives. And a lot of us are dreaming of dragons. A lot of us are dreaming of fairies. A lot of us are dreaming of even certain animals, right? That could possibly be your spirit animals, right? Your spirit guides, or even from a past life, a species that, you once were a part of. So, if you were to read my book, War Against Humanity, that's the outlook, that's the vision that, I created with that book, is for the starseeds to become aware, to awaken to their gifts, to their abilities, to start operating in their gifts, and not to be taken by their gifts, meaning that to be scared of them, right? Because recognize that you as a star seed, you are connected to other species, right? You are connected, whether we talking about in the multiverse, in your past lives, or just within your DNA, right? You are connected to these beings, whether you acknowledge yourself, or come to find out that you may be an Arcturian, right? A Lumerian, an Anunnaki, right? A Draconian. Some people are connected in their past lives. Some of them were reptilians. Some of them were evil. You see what I'm saying? So, and a lot of times the reason that you may dream about that, right, is because that's a part of your past life linking you up and kind of reminding you, hey, I was you in a past life. You know what I mean? Like, if you're dreaming of dragons or whatever, like, it could be that they're trying to link you up. Like, hey, you are connected to us. If you're dreaming of fairies, we're like, hey, you are connected to us, right? Some people don't want to accept the fact that they may be, in a past life, a reptilian, right? And that's your true nature, right? So no gifts, fam. You can definitely click on the link in my bio and support me through Patreon as well. So, yeah, so that's who we are. And a lot of us may choose to get a past life reading done, right? Or past life regression done to actually find out that we are connected to this species of being, or that we live past lives and this is how we transition, and possibly even what your purpose is. What is your purpose now? Why are you here, right? What are you aligned to do in your purpose? You know what I mean? Because some of us are here on a mission. Some of us may not realize it yet. Some of us are even suppressing that idea. Some of us are suppressing that fact because we may not be ready for for the mission that we have to do, right? And I'll let you know that's how I connected to my purpose and my gifts, is going within, meditating, connecting with my spiritual guides and my ancestors, right? I've learned a lot in the past couple of years. A lot has happened to me in my life. But it was predicated upon me accepting that this is, who I am. This is what I am, right? And quit being afraid of you. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us, we're afraid of our true nature. A lot of us, we aren't aware of who we really are because we've been told, this and we've been told that. And a lot of times you may be that type of person that is shy, reserved or whatever, and you don't realize why you're like that. You don't know why you're like that, or you don't like to hang around a lot of people. Or, you may be real sensitive or in tune to, frequencies or energy, right? And you don't know why you're like that. So this could be a possibility. This could be a reason why you're like that, is because you need to align with your nature. You need to align with going within so you can find out more about yourself and what's your reason for being here. That's right, Myra, you're not crazy. And if people want to say that we're crazy for accepting that or, aligning with that, then I gladly accept that, because that means that we're all crazy. And we're about to find out who's the real crazy ones here real shortly, okay? Because I've been talking about this since 1992. And there's a lot of people since 1992 like, look, your brother is weird. You know what I'm saying? This is what I have certain people telling my sisters, your brother is weird. Or why is he talking about that? Why is he talking about extraterrestrials? Why is he talking about this and that? So trust me, I've heard it for a very long time. But since that has happened, a lot of people are waking up. You know what I mean? A lot of people are becoming more aware and more conscious. And they're saying, hold up, you were right. Or remember what, I have some people come back and tell me, hey, remember what you said about 20 years ago? Remember that you said this and that? I was like, yeah. It's like, man, I seen on TV they was talking about it. I seen an article on it, So that's when you know that people are waking up. And it's a great feeling in this day and this time that the things that you felt, the things that you thought about, some of the things that you saw years and years ago, that now that's the main topic of conversation. That's what people are talking about. Yeah, that's right, Spirit Goddess. You got to embrace your weirdness, right? How can we see our past lives? You can get with a practitioner that you trust that has done, this type of work and learning how to do past life readings or past life regressions and connect with them and find out, who you were in your past life. But innately, you will feel like in your heart of heart, in your soul, deep down in your soul. Like if you look over the past years of your life and you start to have moments of deja vu, whether it be in a dream, whether you be out driving or walking or whatever, and you walk past something, you be like, this wasn't here. I remember this site or I remember this area, and something is different about this area. Like this wasn't here. I'm not talking about a new subdivision developing and they just built something over there. I'm talking about you actually felt like you was here but not in this lifetime, right? Not, you know, or whatever. Things will just feel like you will start to have like, I don't know how, it's kind of hard to explain it, but you would just feel it in your heart. You know what I'm saying? Like you would start to remember like when you were younger, how you used to always hang out with older people. I know that was my case. You used to hang out with people that were older than you because you understood their conversation. Because maybe you know, your conversation was that of a more mature conversation, right? You may have dated people that were older, you know, and you'd be like, you know, I just feel like, yes, I'm this age, but I feel much older in my soul. I feel young, but a part of me feels like I'm ancient. A part of me feels like I have a lot of wisdom. Like I have people that are older than me coming to me for advice, you know, and that's not, you know, and you have a lot of young children. I know my grandson is this way, he's 7 years old, but he is sharp as a tack. Like he remembers everything. Anything he absorbs, he remembers. Like all the presidents and some of the vice presidents of the United States. He know, you know, and his thing is now is NBA, right? So he knows a lot of the NBA players. He knows NBA players from the 1970s, 1980s, what their score, you know, like how many points they scored, if they were ever in, you know, recognized for anything. Like he knows that. I'm like, you're 7 years old. Why do you know, who this player is that played in 1965, 1970? You know what I'm saying? Like he will get his iPad and just like watch reels and plays and stuff like that from the NBA, different teams, and he knows, you know, like a certain player, he knows that they played on 4 teams in their career. You know what I'm saying? And what years they played on that team. I'm like, I can't conversate with him because I don't know basketball like that. Like, so yeah. So I'm just saying, like some of your children have been here before. Like they know things. They're just they're on a whole different mission. Loving Life, High Priestess says, I was a loner when I was younger. We visited a desert, and I felt like I knew this place. Yeah, you know. So that's the thing. It's like you're going to feel like, you know, certain places that you go to. You're like, okay, like you may go to a beach. And it may be during a particular time of the year that you go to a beach, and the setting is right, you know, in the cloud formation, or you know, it's a sunny day, and you're just out, you know, you're just vibing. And you're like, this seems very familiar to me. Like I don't remember, you know what I'm saying? Like it'll just be certain things that will kind of like re-jog your memory. Probably he was a grandpa. Yeah. Yep. Chris, try Tepache drink. It's delicious. Okay. I have to write that down. Where would you get this drink at? Spirit Goddess, where would you get this drink at? Just curious. Oh, you make it from... Pineapple is included. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that. I'll look it up and find out how you make it. So yeah, guys. So I'm getting ready to get off of here. I was just hopping on to check in with you guys because it has been a while before I've been on, and I really definitely wanted to come on to connect with you guys. You know, let you know about the Patreon community that I will be growing. Like I said, depending on what tier you're on Patreon, if you choose to follow me on Patreon, I really want to help you with your spiritual practice and help you get some tips, some things that's worked for me, and just to create a community where we can actually give each other tips. And, you know, from my practice of meditating, doing breath work, channeling, even people that have gifts. I know like Spirit Goddess, she has a gift, and I really want her to tap into her gift. But some people have gifts to do other things, right? And I think she's starting to come on to her gift on a holistic approach. So I really like that, you know what I mean? But just a community where even if you have like a little small business that you do and stuff like that, like they may make candles, they may make different type things, whether it's chains, whether it's Himalayan crystals like this or whatever, wraps, whatever it is that you do. I want to have a platform where we can all share, you know, our business tips and as well as, you know, patronize each other within the community. So just a way to help us to grow and you know, really get ourselves out there and have a community that's pulling for you, that's supporting you, that's helping you to grow. So guys, thanks for getting on. I appreciate it. Love and Life, High Priestess, I see you. And I look forward to connecting with you guys here real soon. So if I don't get back on tonight, I'm going to try to come back on, even if it's quick, because I really want to grow this Patreon community and really do some readings this week as my energy start to reinvigorate and I get a little bit more strong. I'll definitely do some readings, okay? Alpha Slayer, you said, how do you know what gift you have? Your gift will, and I'll answer this and then I'll go. So your gift will show up in different ways. Like when I first started realizing that I could communicate with spirit and I can channel is, you know, in 2019, I was actually taking a shower and, you know, I will always get like ringing in my ear and stuff like that. But this time a voice came through. Like it comes through the ear, right? If you have the gift where you can actually hear spirit through the ear, but a lot of times whenever you are doing readings and channeling, how I hear spirit is through my heart. And I know that may not sound like what? Yeah, so it's like I can feel spirit within my heart if they're trying to communicate with me or tell me certain things. It could be someone's loved one that transitioned, right? A lot of times I don't hear them through the ear. I hear them in my heart. You know what I mean? Or a certain feeling. So, you know, when I say a gift, we all have these gifts. We just haven't connected to the gift and we haven't fine-tuned the gift. You know what I mean? A lot of us may be cut off from our gifts based on your past life or something that you did where that gift is not online, right? So when I say a gift or an ability, I'm talking about your higher senses, right? We have lower senses, which is see, hear, taste, touch, smell, but you also have your higher senses. And there are four main higher senses, but there are a lot of them, right? So like clairvoyance, intuition, I would say all of your women have a gift of intuition. It's just a lot of them may not be in tune to it to a certain degree. Like some women are more intuitive than a lot of others. Like they can read situations, they can read people, they can read people's energy. They know where their boyfriend or their husband's at. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just very intuitive. They're connected to the moon. They're connected to the earth. So they're very in tune and in touch with, a lot of things. So you got intuition, you got clairvoyance, which is basically being able to see spirit, whether it be in a cloudy, hazy form or actually being able to see them, just like you would be seeing me, but in a less 3D form, should I say. Telepathy is like what I do with some of my psychic friends. Like I can telepathically communicate with some of my psychic friends and they will either call me or text me, right? Or if I'm on TikTok and I'll be like, I wonder how this person is doing. And somehow they will come on live and I can actually tap on their profile and see them, going live. And I was like, hey, I was just talking about you. Someone did that to me today. And I was like, let me get on TikTok. So I saw them on TikTok and they were live. He was like, I was just trying to connect with, you. I was thinking about you and this and that. And so a lot of times, like, you just have that telepathic communication going on. So it's basically communicating with thought rather than verbally. So you have intuition, telepathy, clairvoyance, and clairaudience. Clairaudience is hearing, basically hearing beyond the 3D realm. So meaning the fourth dimension, hearing spirit communicate with you, hearing certain frequencies and vibrations beyond the 3D realm. So that's clairaudience. Then you have, of course, psychometry. So of course, like psychometry would be this, like the person that sent me this, right? Because they wrapped it and stuff like that. If I had the gift for psychometry, I could touch this, right? And actually see them with my mind's eye, see them maybe in what they're doing currently or as they were wrapping this piece of Himalayan pink salt crystal, seeing them wrap it, seeing what they were doing and stuff like that. That's more so like that is very close to remote viewing. Except with remote viewing, what you're doing is you're taking your subconscious to a place, right? And once you take your subconscious to that place, you're able to sketch an image. And you're able to tap on that image like you would, like I'm tapping on my hand. You could tap on that image and it could be a squiggly mark like that. You could tap on that image and you can get the location. You can get how is the weather there. You can get whether, the taste. What does it sound like? Is it quiet? Is it noisy? Are they near a beach? Are they near water? Are they near dry land? Are they in the mountains? Like I've done this several times and I'm actually starting to do it in my practice of reading. So if someone asks me about something, I can actually remote view into that point in time that they had that situation and see what was there. So, yeah, so, there's many different gifts that people have. And in my book, I know it seems like I'm pitching you guys, you know, the whole video, but it's just because going within, meditating has opened up so many abilities and avenues that I took advantage of and explored and created experiences out of them. So that goes from being an author to being able to help people through meditation, being able to do readings, just so many things, because I allowed myself to trust spirit, to trust my spirit guides, to trust my ancestors, and to guide me. And I've been blessed by doing that. So anyway, within this book, in my third book, War Against Humanity, that's what I'm sharing about the star seeds. Them recognizing their gifts and their abilities, and then starting to work with their gifts and their abilities, and how they can protect themselves individually and as a community against those powers that be that come to try to manipulate them or harm them in any way, shape, and form. So that's literally what my book is about. Yeah, Spirit Goddess said your gifts are unraveling. Yep, I could definitely feel it. And I know you guys can feel it as well, because you definitely have some gifts. You know what I mean? Because if you didn't, I don't think, like attracts like. So within me saying that, the abilities, gifts, or the type of person that I am is attracting you. And that's why you're here. That's why we end up in each other communities, or we are attracted to certain people energies, because like attracts like. So it's something within a person that you are attracted about or to is the reason why you're in their space. Yep, that's why you're in their space, is because something about your path, your life path, is attractive to that person, and they are connected with you in some type of way. And I don't know some of you, except on this app, but it's possible in past lives we have crossed paths. We knew each other in past lives. And so that's why it's like you're tuned into a channel, just as you would, or some of us would be that watch TV. You know what time your favorite show come on, what time, what channel, and what day it comes on, right? So you're tuned in and you won't miss it for nothing in the world, right? If that's your favorite show. So we are channeled into each other's energy, right? And so a lot of times we will feel when Seek More Light is live, or we will feel when certain things are going on, that this person is like kind of tugging on our attention, or on our energy cord, because we are all here on planet Earth. We're all connected, right? And that's why we're actually here on the planet at the same time, is because in past lives, for whatever reason, we chose to come back at this same time and connect, and to, cross paths again. That was like in a soul contract, so it could be with your family members, it could be with your friends, it could be with someone that you may not know, but sometime during your life you cross paths and be like, hey, I feel like I know you. I feel like I've always known you. And then you start trying to connect the dots. You start asking them, like, who your family members, or what school did you go to, or what state are you from? Where were you born, right? And you're trying to connect the dots in this life But it may not necessarily be that you have a connection in this life, but in a connection in the past lives, because we're all energy, right? And based on your astrological chart, right, that how you align with the universe, because remember, you are a universe and then you have an outer universe. So you have a universe within you, which is your chakras and your nerve systems and all of that. Like you have planets within you that are aligned from the center of your sun. So if you look at the chakras could be different planets or different suns. And this is the central sun, which is your heart chakra, which, if you know anything about astral projection and stuff like that, the heart is actually a gateway, right? So if you are awake and you're astral projecting, you cannot astral project without that heart, without passing the heart chakra, which is the center of your solar system, right? You cannot actually have an outer body experience until that heart says, okay, your energy can continue to rise. And then it goes to the throat chakra, right? And then it goes to the brow chakra. So this right here is like your judgment. Your heart chakra, that heart energy is like the judgment. That's why you can be blind, you can be deaf. But you can be blind and you can be deaf, but you will feel in your heart when something is right or when something is not right. You can see from your heart if this person is a good person or if they're a bad person based on the energy. But that's if you are deficient in whether it's the hearing or the sight, your heart is what you connect with to find out if something is true or not, because your heart tells all. Your heart is the center of your universe. It's where the soul sits at, right? It's where the soul sits at. And it's like intuition. Like your heart knows. Your heart knows. And so, yeah. And so that one time where I astral projected doing meditating, that's before I was actually able to do it. I had to, get to the point where I felt, not just said that those that harm me, I forgive. And if I harmed anyone, I ask for forgiveness. I spread universal love throughout the universe, throughout the multiverse, and really truly felt that. You know what I mean? Then if I would have gotten to the point where I had malice in my heart, or I judged people, or I'm just unwilling to forgive, I would not have had that experience. And a lot of times, even when a person crosses over, that's what keeps their spirit from elevating to higher realms, is because if they have malice or hatred or anything like that, that would keep them locked in to the third dimension. That maybe they'll go to the higher third dimension, but they won't go to the fourth and the fifth dimension, right? Because it's based on your, as I say, weighing your heart against a feather. What the heart represents is the deeds. The heart represents truth. The heart represents your integrity, right? So if you violate your integrity, if you violate truth in all forms, if you violate like I said, the goodness of others, right? Being pure, because you have to have a pure heart. in order to elevate to different realms. If your heart is not pure, you cannot have these experiences. If your heart is not pure, it's only so far you can go within dimensions. So, and that I know from experience. That is nothing. I didn't read that in a book. Baby, I know from doing rituals and having these experiences of going within. That's something that you connect with your spirit guides, and you will find out through going through these experiences. So that's how I know. So, I don't care how a person can go to the church, they can go to the mosque, they can live in the church, live in the mosque, they can live doing these rituals, but if they do not have a pure heart, if they do not have integrity, if they do not have the ability to forgive themselves and to forgive others, baby, you are earthbound. You know what I'm saying? You are earthbound. You're earthbound. And I know because I actually helped someone to cross over. I helped someone to cross over. I didn't do the work myself, but I had to channel one of my relatives that transitioned. And I know it was because that person that I helped to cross over, they didn't know. They died and they didn't know. Like, they were just lost. The look on their face was like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm like, this been like maybe 2 years ago. And I'm like, well, I don't know exactly how to help you, but let me channel someone that can help you, right? So I channeled my aunt that transitioned, and I was like, hey, this person, it was a coworker, right? This person, yeah, can you help them? And my aunt that I transitioned, she passed away of the same thing that one of my coworkers passed away from. It was from cancer, right? So of course they had a connection right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Take her to the higher realms. Show, teach her the way, because I'm still here, but I'm trying to help someone in the spirit world. I'm like, okay, I haven't crossed over yet, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know everything on that side. But let me see if I can help you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So that's how it is when you have 1 foot in the third dimension and 1 foot in the spirit world. Sometimes spirits come to you when they transition to help them cross over. Sometimes they come to you and want you to give a loved one a message. And sometimes people's spirit guides will come to you to work with them to help the person that they are overseeing. You see what I'm saying? Because they can't connect with them in a way like that person is blocking themselves from knowing that they have a spirit guide that's trying to get in contact with them, that's trying to communicate with them. So they may reach out to me, whether it be through a dream or whether it just be through general and normal conversation, to give them a message and, to get them to say, hey, you're doing the wrong thing, don't do that. And those type of messages are kind of hard for me to deliver, especially when it's someone they know of me, but they don't know me. And then they're like, you know what I mean? Like, I even got a message where I knew someone was about to pass away, a person that I know. Their stepfather was about to pass away, and I knew the exact day that they were going to pass away, like 2 days before. And I heard the conversations of what their family was going through, and I'm like, Do I want to be the bearer of this news? I know Spirit told me today that they're going to pass away for a reason, but I just wasn't ready to give that person that message. You know what I mean? So we go through a lot. When you got this gift, you go through a lot. And sometimes it's sleepless nights. Sometimes it's messages that, like, why I gotta give it to him? Why I gotta, why I gotta be the one? You know what I mean? But sometimes you just gotta be obedient, do what you're called to do. Because like I said, a lot of times how you see yourself is not who you are. There's something greater within you, within your spirit, within who you really are. Because remember, you're just, this physical form that you're in is just an avatar. It's like a piece of clothing, like this shirt that I put on to wear. Except this is permanent. This is, this avatar being, body, the flesh, is permanent until your life force says, okay, I'm done here. It's time to leave. And then once it leave, of course, that's when you become deceased. But you are not the body. You are not the image that you're looking at. You're just occupying this vessel for the time that you're here. But you're something much greater. You are not. You are not just an earthling. You're not just a human being. You're something much greater than that. And it took me a while to come to grips with that. It's like, so to me, death is something that's totally different. You know what I'm saying? Even life is something that's totally different for me now. Because once you come to grips with that, you accept that fact, you accept that as truth, then you're looking at life totally different. Like, okay, I'm on a mission. I'm here for a reason. I projected myself in this 3D dimension called Earth, and I'm supposed to align and connect with who I am, the reason that I was born here. Okay, what is that purpose? What is that reason? And once you find out what it is, you say, okay, I got to do this. I need to do that. So it's almost like you don't know how long you're going to have, or how long you're going to be here. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to get things done, and you trying to have things to line up and link up. And as you pass your tests and certain things in life, because that's all we're here to do, Earth is a school. So you're here going through school to pass certain tests so you can get more spiritual gifts. You know what I mean? It's like an arcade game. To be honest with you, that's what you're in. You're in an arcade game, okay? You may not know it, but you're in an arcade game. You're Mario, okay? You're Mario. And the things that you have, the things that's on your path and in your life, you have to confront, right, in order to pass the test. And then once you confront it, pass the test, okay, they unlock this part of your DNA so you can receive this spiritual gift, or you can receive this blessing in your life, or Spirit may have to move certain people out of your life because they're not supposed to be there. But you, because you wanted them, right? Thinking with your carnal desires or your your lustful desires or whatever it is, right? You put that person in your path. Spirit say, oh no, they're not supposed to be there. Remove them, get them out of the way. Okay, now your path is clear. We're ready for takeoff. You see what I'm saying? Okay, and so you go to the next stage of your life. What you're doing is you're unlocking aspects of your DNA so you can really find out your purpose and your reason for why you're here and what you're here to do. Then once you do that, life becomes a little bit more easier, but as well, because we live in a duality part of this planet, it becomes hard as well. And it becomes hard because now certain spirits or beings that are camouflaged in this human meat suit that know your abilities, that know who you are and what you are. And so like, oh, okay, yeah. Seek more light. Yeah, yep. Oh, we're watching you, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, so now I got my assignment. I know who I am. I'm on my path. I'm on my journey. But of course, the arcade game wouldn't be fun unless you had some opposition. So now you see your ops and you're like, oh, so you're the energy that's trying to prevent me from doing it. You know what I'm saying? So we're in the arcade game, guys. You know, you're a part of the matrix, okay? You have been put into a program to collect data, right? And to learn who you are as a spiritual entity that has projected itself to this third dimension in this human vessel to do a specific job for a specific purpose. And that's who you are, you know, and that's the truth that you're going to have to awaken to in order to play this game of life. Especially now, because things are transitioning. This earth is going through some things. And the sooner that you wake up to this truth and to this reality, the less heavy it's gonna feel for you. You see what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be in your state where you're like, oh no, this is happening, that's happening. The world is going crazy. The world is ending. No, it's happening for you. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. Because whether you want to play the game or not, if you want to sit on a bench, that's fine. But if you want to get online with your purpose and what your mission is, you got to be in the game. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't be on the sideline cheering. I mean, we appreciate the cheerleaders. Don't get me wrong. We appreciate the cheerleaders, right? But we need help, okay? As more of these giants wake up, as more of these titans wake up, as more of these beings that get online wake up, yeah, star seeds, you have to align. You have to awaken. You have to get out of that dizzy state that you're in and get it together, okay? We need you on this side. We need you in the game. We need you playing your position. At what point the ops start showing up? Oh, they already showed up, Hollow. Yeah, hello to you. They already showed up. They're just in disguise, right? And it's like the clouds. You see those clouds, you think those are real clouds up there? Most of them are fake clouds. They're cloaking the ships. Those movies that you've seen back in the day with Will Smith, Independence Day, you've seen some other movies that had like extraterrestrial beings and spacecrafts in them, stuff like that. Like that time is now. You know what I mean? Like Independence Day, no gifts, fam, no gifts. Just click on the link in my bio and join my Patreon. If I'll give you your money back for the gifts that you just spent, But yeah, join my Patreon if you, that's how you can support me. So I appreciate it. So yeah, that deep state and stuff like that, that's real. That's going on, man. A lot of your senators and... Hey, you get ready to go?
You got the dog?
Yeah, I got it. A lot of your senators, presidents, people of importance, trust me, is not what it seems. A lot of entertainers, whether it's athletes, whether it's actors, actresses, you will be amazed who they really are. You will be amazed who they really are. So that's all I'm saying, fam. It's time to, time to awaken to your true abilities and and really go within and start working on you. Okay? Because they have so much that they're doing. All of this technology that you see that they're getting you to buy into outside of your cell phones, you know, like people who have Alexa and all of that. Like those are devices that they're listening and watching you on. Like, and we have two here, and I'm like, I really be wanting to turn those things off a lot of times. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, when you come in the room, you don't have to say nothing, but they can hear your footsteps come into your bedroom. And then what you see is that little, it will turn, I don't know if it's green or yellow, it will be like a ring and it starts to go. I'm like, I haven't gave a command to Alexa to say anything or to do anything. Why is that thing going? It's listening and it's watching at all times. Just like they're listening and watching through your phone, even when you turn it off. and this is not just, you know, like some people may say, oh, you way out there in left field. Like, y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. Yep, Malik, I'm definitely telling the truth, bro. They got many ways of being able to track you and find out what you know, and this social credit system that they have is coming online, and you know, anything that you say, whether it be through social media, whether it be on your job or wherever, you know, that you say against. Some people want to say the elite, but you know, you can downgrade them to the deletes, right? Because we starseeds are the ones that's the elites. We just don't realize that we are the elites. We always talk about, oh, the 1% of the rich and wealthiest people run the world. No, you run the world. It just seems as they run the world because you value everything through money, through currency. That's how you value everything, right? That's how you see everything. And because you believe in the when you have the most amount of currency, if you're a billionaire or a trillionaire, you know, then you run the world because you run corporations and companies and so on and so forth. But you, as a starseed, are the ones that run the world. Why do you think certain beings are here? Right? They have purchased their movie ticket to see how it's going to play out. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I wouldn't miss this for the world. I'm glad that I chose to come down here during this time to help out. Because, baby, go pop your popcorn and get your Twizzlers ready. Because in the next couple of years, lights, camera, action, baby. But I'm just saying that that's why they're here, okay? One, because we're making mistakes as a nation and waking these beings up, right? Especially the Titans. We're creating our chaos. And some of the beings that are here, they're creating a chaos just to try to remain in power. Not realizing, some of them know that their time is up. It's time for the power to be handed over. You know what I'm saying? For them to come out of their power, right? It's time, you know, for them to give it all up. They don't want to give it up. They want war. They want, you know, power and control. You know, and that's the struggle. That's why you see eggs that go up to $8, right? And I know 2 days ago they were $8. You go back now, they're like $3.99. Like, they playing with the prices. So what's going on? How are the prices changing for $5 to $10 on certain products within 2 or 3 days? You see what I'm saying? Like, Oh man, it's high level conversations. High level conversations. Like you got to be ready for this. You got to see what's going on beyond the veil. You know what I mean? They're trying to create panic. They're trying to get you into an emotional state where they can harvest on your energy, where they can harvest on fear, because fear, the emotion of panic and of loss, you know, those are the lowest vibrations, and they emit a certain chemical within you whenever you have fear, whenever you have panic, when you are at a state of loss or whatever. Those are certain frequencies and energies that you're letting out, right? Based on what they do in the economy. And they can cipher that low vibrational energy up, and it empowers them. That's the way they feed their being, because they're cloaked in this human vessel. So as they cloak themselves and they create fear or they create panic within you, you emit this certain chemical within yourself that's emitted in a gas form, and they have a way to cipher that low vibrational energy to feed themselves, and it empowers them, it helps them. So you got to know, okay, when things are going on, that's why meditation is so important. I'm so grateful that I learned meditating. Opened me up to so many different things, opened my eyes up to so many different levels of frequency and just being able to know things, right? So it helps you to be calm and to be aware and to be still and just to watch and to learn and to listen and to see how things are going, right? So that's why meditation is so important. It's so important to go within, because going within is connecting with God. It's connecting with the God that's in you, that connects with source outside of you. You see what I'm saying? And so it's just so important. What's up, Rita Jenkins? How you doing? They play with the prices to get. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Like a lot of people, like they play with the stock market, up and down. Cryptocurrency, same thing, up and down, up and down. So whenever you put your life force energy or your money in investments, in certain investments, or you're counting on this to happen, or you're counting on that, you're counting on your Social Security to be there when you retire, you're counting on life insurance or health insurance to be there and for it not to change. You can barely afford to pay it. Like they play with it so much to where it creates panic. It creates loss, a fear of loss. It creates all of the, so they control your emotions. Emotions is energy in motion. So if they control your emotions, they're controlling your energy. If they control your energy, they know how to elevate your frequency. They know how to decrease your frequency. They know how to do that during certain times, and they do it during certain dates to create rituals, to do it on a massive scale, right? To where now if it's a fear of loss, or if it's panic or whatever it is, now they're ciphering that low vibrational energy to absorb it. Remember, your skin is an organ. It's an organ that absorbs things, right? Just like you have organs on the inside of you, your biggest organ is your skin. Your skin does what? It absorbs sunlight. It absorbs energy and frequencies, right? Because when you go out in the sun, what are you doing? Whenever you sunbathe, you're absorbing light rays of the energy coming from the sun, right? So knowing that, that's what they're doing. They're ciphering your energy, low vibrational energy, because once you raise your vibrations and you raise your energy and you raise your frequency, right? They can't cipher that. they can't cipher that, so they have to create a reason for you to get depressed, a reason for you to lower your vibrations and lower your frequency. So now they can vibe on that frequency level and cipher that energy, and it feeds them and it empowers them. So that's why it's important for you to raise your vibrations, raise your energy, right? So you can be above that chaos. So if this is making sense, put a 1 in the comments. This is making sense, put a 1 in the comments. Yep, religion is the biggest fear. Yep. This is making sense, put a 1 in the comments. Everyone is still here. Because my goal is to teach as many people as I can through many different avenues, whether it's through books, whether it's through podcasts, whether it's, on my Patreon, which the link again is in the comments, guys, to join my Patreon. These are some things that I want to be teaching, some people in my Patreon community. Okay? Because there's certain platforms, they don't want you to talk about this stuff, right? And meditating, you know what I mean? Like, so important to go within. So important. And then also to read certain books about your mindset, because before you can go within and fill yourself with positive vibration, with high energy, you have to feed yourself affirmations, positive affirmations, right? Know how to feed your mind positive energy, positive thoughts, produce positive outcomes, right? And for some of us, we have to say it every day. We have to get ourselves in a preparation of getting ourselves ready, because we're living in a different day and time. And there's going to be more negative energy on this planet than there has ever been. Okay? So you have to, you have to prepare yourself through your diet, meaning changing your lifestyle, if possible. Also, changing your mindset from this low frequency, self-loathing, depressive mind state to feeding yourself positive affirmations, positive self-talk, giving people compliments, helping out other people. So that what that does is it puts you in a state of gratitude. It puts you in a state that you have more than what you need. You know what I mean? So it puts you in an abundance mind state. Like, and when you're in that mind state, in an abundance mind state, I have all that I attract to me. What I have for me is for me. I share and I help others that are in need. You know what I mean? I do whatever my heart and my spirit guide me to do. You see what I'm saying? Like, those are some affirmations and some things that you can recite on your own to remind yourself of the importance of yourself, the importance of others, and why people come into your lives. And, vibrate on that frequency. Because you need that every day in your life. Remember, this is a war. It's just not a war on the earth. It's a cosmic war. At night, if you don't think that there's a war that's going on in other dimensions, I know people say heaven, right? But heavens are just higher dimensions other than the dimension that you're vibrating on, right? So if you don't think that there's, as above, so below. So if there is conflict here, there's conflict in the higher dimensions. Trust that, right? So that's why sometimes that's why sometimes whenever you are dreaming, and you feel like you're waking up out of your dream, you feel like you've been fighting or you're out of breath or you've been kicking and punching in your dream, that's because an aspect of your energy or your soul left your body to go into the higher realms, right? To do battle based on who you are. And I know this because in the past, there was, out of 7 days, there was at least 3 or 4 days me dreaming I'm fighting in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? I'm kicking and punching, and my wife's like, hey, you about to hit me. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? But, that's what happened when you live in between dimensions, right? Because there's dimensions that's here on earth, and portals that are open and a lot of gateways. And sometimes you go through those gateways, go through those portals, and you meet up with your higher self, or you meet up with an aspect of a past life of who you were. Guess what? Because time is a loop and time is not real, when you go to higher dimensions, those entities of who you were in your past life, they still exist there. So whatever conflict that you've had in the past life that has happened, so, they're still going on. So and I don't know why I'm speaking about this. Like this is just, I'm just vibing and I'm talking. Spirit is just guiding me to go into certain conversations. But it's for you to know, because I was supposed to be off here an hour ago. But something is guiding me to tell you these things. So, yep. How do you protect yourself from negative entities? One, the right mindset, right? The right mindset in knowing who you are, right? Knowing who you are. Once you know who you are, you realize that these negative entities, why? Because you got to ask yourself, okay, why are these negative entities here? Like, who are they and what are they, right? So once you ask yourself that question, I'm like, okay, when start recognizing when they come up, when they come about in your life. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Thank you guys for sticking around. I had to go take care of something real quick. So you asked the question. Someone asked the question, how do you protect yourself? Elosin, how do you protect yourself from these negative entities? So first of all, let's put in the comments, protection is deflection. All right, let's put that in the comments. Protection is deflection. Okay, protection is deflection. So knowing that, right, certain things that you can do, like when it comes to spiritual protection. Spiritual protection is, one of them could be like wearing crystals, like wearing a piece of crystal like this, which is a pink Himalayan sea salt crystal. It keeps negative energy away, right? It keeps you calm. It also helps, like whenever you sleep, if you have a pink Himalayan crystal by your bed and you want to, sleep better, it helps with getting yourself calm and getting yourself into a state where you can drift off to sleep. It also helps keep negative energy away, okay? So whether it be crystals, whether it be basically you meditating, connecting with your spirit guides and with your protective angels, asking them to guide you and direct you and to protect you wherever you may go, you know what I mean? That way, that's one layer of protection. This is a second layer of protection. And then just like another layer of protection is doing a spiritual bath, right? Which means that you can do a spiritual bath where you can put sea salt in it, right? You can put pink Himalayan salt in it. You can put Florida water, whatever it is your choice, to chip off at the there may be some negative energy attached to your aura, right? And that helps to, ward it off or ward it away from you, right? And then, because as we know, like attracts like. So if you have like a lot of negative energy trapped within your aura or within your spirit, then not only will it starts to wear on your mental, right? It starts to communicate with your lower thought forms to allow you to have self-defeating thoughts. And that's how, a lot of times, that's how they attack you. It's almost like a virus. Low frequency or negative thought forms, they attach to your energy or your aura. So let's just say this is your aura. Your aura, your energy expands out this far. So whenever you go out, right, you're out and about and this negative energy attaches itself to your aura. It may be attached to your aura and you may not know. So a lot of times you may get around friends, family members, co-workers or whatever, right? And there's an argument. You guys are talking about something, you guys start arguing or whatever. So there's an argument or whatever, you guys about ready to push each other and fight, right? So a lot of times that may not even be like, you may not be the type of person that's known to do things like that. You know what I mean? So how did you end up in that situation? You could end up in that situation because that low energy, that low vibration frequency aligned up to the energy that you're now attracting to you, right? And what it's doing is it recognizes that you're vibrating on a certain frequency, and it wants to bring your vibration down. It wants to bring your mood and your energy down. So how it does that is it creates a friction, it creates a confrontation with other negative thought forms, and that could be people or whatever, right? So now as it lowers your vibration, let's say you get bent out of shape, you ready to, do whatever. Now it's enjoying that. It's like, more negative energy, right? And it's attracting that negative energy. And, you may go home, you hostile, you like, oh man, they woke me up at work today, man, because this joker was in my way. And, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. And now you're all out of your element, you're bent out of shape, you're not balanced, right? So you realize, hey, what I need to do is for me to feel better, for me to raise my vibrations up. This is not even me. They got me all out of my element and everything. I need to, go sage or go take a spiritual bath, or, you may not have been wearing your pink Himalayan sea salt crystal or whatever, ward off the energy. And so another way for you to raise up your protection, which is deflection, is cloak yourself, right? And what I mean by cloaking yourself is you can say my higher self, my spirit guides, and ancestors or deities, whatever, right? That have my highest vibration, the highest goods, my highest vibration, and that protect me. I call upon you, right? You could say my highest good, and for my protection, I call upon you to cloak me with positive energy, and I ask you to cloak my energy field, right? To protect me, to guide me, to direct me in a path that you want me to go, to deflect any negative energy that approaches me today. And then you can say, ashe, 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 or whatever. So basically you're calling them forth to protect you and to guide you and to, cloak you with a positive, energetic force field, that any negative energy that tries to come your way, any negative entity or whatever, right? You put up that shield of protection, which is a deflection. It's a cloak. As well as, like, even if, let's just say these people were of a spiritual practice, they're practitioners, they're someone who knows how to put hexes on you or cast spells against you or whatever, right? It could be just bringing your name up in a conversation and talking negative about you, right? So what you do is, if you hear about that from someone else, this is what I did yesterday, right? You can get an egg, right? And you can take this egg and you can rub it over your body, and you can say, angels and spirits around me, please bring hexes and curses in front of me. Let me know who is casting evil around me. Let me know who is casting evil around me, and come to the front and center with it. As you continue, and like I said, as you continue to rub your whole body, your whole entire body, your face, your neck, all over your body, you want to say that. So angels and spirits around me, please bring hexes and curses or evil eyes in front of me. Let me know who is casting evil upon me or around me, or whatever. And so as you do that, right, and you rub your whole body, you want to do I think they call that the meridian tap, where you just tap all over your face or whatever. So once you do that, you take a glass of water, right? You fill it halfway. You take the egg, you crack it, you put the egg inside of there. You let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. if there's bubbles that are on the top, right, of that egg in that water, or if there's like cloudy at the bottom, or if there's like real it's stringy or whatever, then either that negative energy, hex or curse or whatever, right, that someone put on you, you can actually see it in that form. Because what an egg is a cell, right? Just like you have, and I'm a correction officer, so when we take an inmate and let's just say they becoming irate, they're becoming loud, they're becoming defiant or whatever. So we handcuff them and put them in a cell, right? And we take the handcuffs off if they're in the cell, right? Eventually, over time, what will happen is their erratic energy will decrease. And what the cell does, because the cell is a small cell, it will calm them down, right? Whether it take hours or whether it take days, it will calm them down, because what is meant to do is contain your energy. It's not the person. You're not handcuffing the person, right? Which we think that they're handcuffing us, they're detaining us, and they're securing us in the cell or whatever, right? They're not containing you physically, they're containing you spiritually. Because over a period of time, you will start to calm down and your energy field closes in. As your energy field closes in and your vibrations lower itself, now you become more compliant, right? You become more compliant and you're more willing to talk to someone that has authority, versus whenever you're out and you're free and you're erratic and you done got hyped up, you ain't gonna talk to nobody. There's no type of understanding or understanding nowhere. There's nothing going to happen that's going to please the person that's being erratic or the person that's supposed to control that person that's being erratic, right? So you have to have a way of containing this energy, and that's what the egg does, is it absorbs the energy, right? So basically what you're doing is you're sacrificing the egg of the chick or the egg that's inside. It's a sacrifice. Everything is a sacrifice, right? Love is a sacrifice, because what you're doing is, and I'm probably getting off the tangent, right? But I feel like this is some good information for you to know and how you can link it up and be like, yeah, all of this makes sense, right? Love is a sacrifice, because what you're doing is, instead of just focusing on self and loving self, right? Which is, we say, is a selfish act, right? So it's taking a part of the love that you have for yourself and sharing that love with someone else, right? So, and I don't know why I just said that, but anyway. So within that egg contains the energy of what was on your aura, right? What was on your vibrational auric field. And as it contained that, it actually showed you, what was attached to your aura. And so what you do with the egg, right, to return the sender. So to return the sender, you take this glass of stringy bubbles or cloudy residue or whatever, right? Someone had the evil eye. So you say, what you want to do is you take hot sauce, put hot sauce in it, put pepper, paprika, Tabasco sauce, any type of hot seasoning or whatever, right? Take it, stir it up. And then what you want to do is you want to release that energy, right? You want to dispose of it. So you can either put it in the toilet, flush it, and as you're doing it, you can say, I release this energy that was sent to me, for it is not mine to have, and therefore anyone who wants to drink it or has sent it my way, and there's certain things that I can't say on here. I probably said too much already. But then you pour it down the toilet and you flush it, and then you say amen or whatever. And what I would usually do is, because I don't want to keep that container, because no matter how much you clean the container, it's still the thought, vibration, and frequency and intention that you put on that. You know what I'm saying? I would just toss that glass or that cup away, or whatever it is that you put in. So that's one way you can get it off of you, how you can protect yourself, as well as how you can, because basically when you're a practitioner, you get into the practice of protecting yourself all the time. So it's not so much how do you protect yourself, it's how do you increase the layers of the deflection, right? Because that's all you want to do. It's like learning martial arts, right? So if you're in martial arts, and let's say you've learned the art of I don't know, in any martial art levels out there, are certain practices that people are in, but whatever practice you're learning in martial arts, right? You're learning how to protect yourself. You're learning how to defend yourself, and once you have a certain knowledge about this and using it to protect you, of course you're not going out looking for trouble. You're going out looking to defend yourself, because you know your ability, right? No gifts, fam. Just tap the link and connect with me on Patreon, and that's how you can show your love. I appreciate it, right? So, yeah, because at this point, you know your levels of protection. You know how to defend yourself. You know how to, do whatever. So at this point, your protection now becomes, because you are an experienced master in whatever craft this is that you're practicing. Now, what you want to do is master deflecting and creating these layers of protection for yourself without you having to physically go out there to protect yourself. You just harness the protection or the deflection, around you. So if you ever do have to defend yourself, it's like seemingly, your energy is protected because of how many layers you've already placed around yourself. So it's like, to get into any altercation, you don't want to do that, because you realize your power. So it's like, you know what? Let it go, walk away, or you just say, the powers that be, the powers that are protecting me, I unleash you, and I ask you to go forth in protection. You could say something as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? And they will have a bad day, right? So you really ain't gotta get aggressive, and because I ain't with that. I'm a correctional officer, right? I had to learn, because I used to work at a prison, and I used to have to fight at a prison. And I learned, and once I went to a county jail, I was like, why am I, I don't have to do all of this. Like, I could just cloak myself with protection. I've established who I am. People know who I am. The inmates know who I am. They know not to test me. They know my power. I respect them. They respect me. We're going to have a good day. We're going to have a lovely day. As a matter of fact, I compliment them all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? I help them. I've helped more people that have a negative demeanor and nature about themselves. So I've really become what they call an alchemist. I'll take that negative energy and I'll turn it positive, because they're expecting someone to show them, to be mean to them, to show them hatred, to get from around me. I'm going to show you love. I'm going to show you love in a way that's going to help yourself to where you don't have to return to jail, right? I'm going to alchemize your energy. I'm going to take that negative energy and turn it into light energy and love. And I'm going to give it back to you. The negative energy that you're giving to me, I'm gonna flip it and give you back love. Now, if you hate me for giving you love, then so be it. But I don't give hate. I'm not that type of being. I'm not gonna give you hate. I'm not gonna tell you something wrong that you know that you already did. I'm just gonna show a reflection of the wrong that you did and say, did this help you? It didn't. You want to learn how to change it? If they say yes, I flip it to love and I give it back to them. This is how you change it. Now, whether they apply what I taught them, that's on. But I learned that you can gain a lot of respect and love from people, even if they're your enemy. Whenever you teach them or show them your power without having to get aggressive through your intellect, because your intellect has power, right? If I can speak to you and I don't have to put hands on you, I just showed you love, because you don't want me to put hands on you. If I put hands on you, game is over, because I'm going to turn into something that you don't like, into something that I probably can't control. So I'd rather just give you love in the form of intellect before I have to touch you. I touch you, it's going to be a bad day. I don't know who's going to come out of me. And furthermore, you don't know who protected me. So I avoid all of that, because I don't want, I avoid all of that. So it's probably best that I be your friend than your enemy, because you don't want me to be your enemy, okay? I got too many on my side that I ain't got to do nothing. And so that's the other thing. When you recognize your gift and your ability, that's the less that you have to do, especially the more people that you help, and really spirits. I got spirits that will protect my peace. Like, before human beings gonna protect me in the flesh, a spirit is gonna show up and it's gonna make you trip. Like, before, if you have negative intentions towards coming to me, and you gonna want to fight me, and let's say you running towards me, you're gonna end up tripping before you get to me, because that's my, I already put my shield of protection around me. I called forth the spirits to fight my battle. I ain't got to touch you. I'm just going to look at you, make a clown of yourself. And shake my head like, you trying to come at somebody you really don't know, okay? I got friends that are unhuman. That are not human, okay? So anyway, that's how you protect yourself. That's how you cloak yourself and you layer yourself with protection, which is deflection. You just want to deflect any negative energy that's coming your way. Unleash the dragon, that's right. How can you see your aura? That takes practice. It takes practice. You could probably get like some form of a white screen and make sure that it's all white and not off-white, and just practice, like, when people are in front of that screen, and you could do it with a person that, that y'all can practice on each other or whatever, seeing each other's aura, right? So when a person's in their happy state versus a person that's kind of like depressed or whatever, a lot of times I don't see it in the physical eye, I see it in the mind's eye. So I will pretty much feel a person's energy before I actually see their aura. Because I'm an empath as well. So I can see whether they're happy, I can see whether they're depressed, I can feel if they're going through something, I can feel if there's a death and stuff like that in their family or whatever. And I will feel that energy, that vibration, before I actually am able to see their aura, if that makes sense. And so that's how I know. But yeah, it takes practice to see people's auras. Is manifesting your intentions out loud bad? Free thinker, no. Because like whether you say them to yourself or you write it on paper, once you write it on paper, you still want to verbally say it because that's going to seal the deal. Writing it is basically you sending your intentions to the universe, right? When you write it, that's you being real about it. Something magical and special happens when you write your intentions. That's why I ask people to journal. Whether it's journaling about your dreams, journaling about your day, or whatever. You want to try to do that every day. And I'm a person that really don't do it every day, but that's because in my process of me growing spiritually, when I started having dreams frequently, I'm talking about almost every night, I used to wake up and try to journal and remember my dreams. I used to journal a while back, just journaling before I was spiritually, started this spiritual path. I would just journal just to, because it was a part of my mindset. It was a part of being in like network marketing. When I was in network marketing years ago, I learned how to, manifest things through writing and giving a date on it, right? So I use this. I use a whiteboard. And I'll put like my goals for January on there, things that I want to manifest for the month of January, things that I want to be consistent with. And sometimes, like you may put, I want to do this on a daily basis. Some days you may not feel up to it or you may not accomplish it that day. But that's not the reason to say, okay, well, I out of 5 days, I only did it 2. I'm off my goal, give up. No, don't do that. Because what you're doing is you're practicing to become better. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's very rare that people will do exactly what they say on a piece of paper and keep in alignment with it. There's few people that will do it, but I said if it was a community or a group of you guys, 9 times out of 10, majority of the people is not going to be in alignment with that every day, doing it at that specific time and stuff like that. So there's no need to get upset about something that you didn't do. Just look at it as, okay, you chart yourself. So you're charting what you accomplished and what you didn't accomplish. And say, okay, so look at the previous month. Say, okay, this previous month, I wasn't even this far. You know what I mean? So I did 2 or 3 things that I did this month and I accomplished that I didn't do last month. So at least I'm moving forward, right? So you continue to do that until you get to the point where now you're getting reachable goals. You're saying, okay, instead of trying it 5 days a week, I'm gonna go down to 3 days a week. 3 days a week is doable, and I can manifest what I'm trying to manifest within the next 90 days or the next 60 days by accomplishing it, doing it 3 days a week instead of trying to stretch myself and do it 5 days a week. If that makes sense. Yeah. But don't ever get to the point where you feel like you're behind and you should be doing this. And, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, and I still do. I still put pressure on myself to get things done. And when it's not done right, or, I get feedback from it, I'm like, well, it's a lesson that I learned. It's something to help me to grow from here. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to get better at it because I'm not going to give up on myself. It's like writing books. Like, to me, that's one of the hardest things to do because you got so many critics. You got, your wife is a critic. Your family is a critic. Your coworkers are critics. Your friends are critics, right? So it's just you take their advice and then you build on it from there, right? So whenever you're saying your affirmations or you're trying to manifest things and you say it out loud, you're not only writing it down, which is a contract to yourself and the universe. Whenever you say it verbally, you're sending out a vibration. You're sending out a frequency to the universe saying, look, this is what I want to accomplish. Not want to, right? Let's change that. See how I caught that? I caught myself. I don't want to and I don't plan to. This is what I'm going to do. Universe, this is what I'm going to do on this day and at this time. Hold me accountable, right? And then once you tell the universe to hold you accountable, you're going to be going, let's just say it'll be a day or two after that. You're going to be going about your business. And then something's going to pop up in your mind. Hey, did you drink your 8 bottles of water today? Or did you drink your 6 bottles of water today? I'm like, no, man, I only got in 2. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might could get in 2 more bottles, but it's kind of late and I don't want to be all up all night going to the bathroom. So I'm going to remember it tomorrow. You're going to write yourself a note and you're going to remember to do it. You know what I'm saying? So everything is you're gauging your way to manifesting things. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. We're not perfect. We're human beings. We're gonna mess up. Like when you're in the spirit, of course, there's no time game. So you can't tell the universe, hey, look, universe, as a spirit, I want to do this, I want to do that by this time. Right? Because as a spirit, once you get from this dimension, there is no time. Who's accounting for what time? What time? You're a spirit. You got an eternity to get it done. You know what I'm saying? At least from that standpoint, right? But because we're humans and we know that we can do better and we hold ourselves accountable, a lot of times because of life circumstances or because of the pressure that we put on ourselves, it's a mindset. So you have to train your mind to accomplish getting out of the rut of doing nothing to accomplishing something. So getting out of that rut from accomplishing nothing to something, that's a lot because you have to mentally fight yourself to get from being in a point where you're lazy to a point of accomplishing something. So, and then once you accomplish something one time, just like I accomplished self-publishing my first book, I was like, man, this wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Even though the book is not perfect and some of it is not structured right, the paragraphs or whatever, I was like, I'm gonna get better and I can write 10 or 15, 20 books. I'm gonna be popping these jokers out like Pop-Tarts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So it's a mindset. It's your mindset. And once you overcome, defeat, or you overcome an obstacle or you reach a goal, like, man, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Like, and you can just gauge and know where you're going to be at within 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, a year from now. Like, you can gauge it. And nobody can tell you anything different because you know the process. And that's why, why do you think that people who are millionaires, who can lose it all, and you see them in a couple more years and they you know what I'm saying? Like, they are multimillionaires because they know the process. They know the blueprint. Once you know the blueprint, you can lose it all. You know what I'm saying? You could lose it all. You'd be like, don't worry about it. I'll get it back and more. You ain't do nothing. You just piss me off. You know what I'm saying? And once you get pissed off and you get focused, right, you start to put that energy and attention to what you're doing, game is over. Like you could do it many times over and over again. So it's a mindset thing. And once you got it, once you got the blueprint, you like do this with my eyes closed. You know what I'm saying? and it's gonna be seemingly easy to you, where it seems harder for other people to do it or to accomplish it because they don't have that same experience and getting over that mindset of being stuck. You know what I'm saying? So they're stuck. They're thinking, how did they do this? You know, like I can't even get out of this funk of depression or being held back or feel like everybody's coming for me. How did they get to this point? It's because it really, you got to put yourself in the mind of when you see certain people that's in the military, like, and this, hey, what's up, Tamika? How you doing? That's my sister online, guys. This is what woke me up in life. And I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. When I first went to college, right? I went to HBCU. I went to Elizabeth City State. And like the second week that I was there, I was in a dorm with band members. And the more experienced band members, the ones that have been there for a couple of years, like I was in a dorm. First of all, let me tell you guys, I went to Elizabeth City State. I was supposed to go there and play football for the college, for the university. So anyway, I'm up there. Like the second week, they getting these guys up and they're coming through the dorm with a drum, beating the drum loud, getting their new recruits and the freshmen to wake up, to go jogging. This is the band, not the football team. The football team's still sleeping. This is the band members. I was like, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 or 3 nights out of the week, you going through that. And it's 2:30, 3 o'clock. And you may not have a class like 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock. So that was an awakening to me being introduced to the real world. Like, hey, you're going to have to live with people. You're going to have to be around people that have different alternatives, that have different things going on in their life. And you're going to have to learn how to deal with it. What was I going to do? You know what I'm saying? So in saying all that, what I'm saying is you're going to have people that's at different levels in their life, different stages. And to train the mind to get up, even though your body wants to sleep, even though you may be tired, you got to train the mind to get up, to do something, to overcome something that is comfortable. Like sleep is comfortable. It's comfortable to sleep, right? And some of us, we could get 7 hours. Some of us can sleep for 10 hours. And unless I'm under the weather, the most I'm going to sleep is about 4 or 5 hours straight. Unless I'm under the weather. I'm under the weather, I'm going to sleep a little bit longer. I ain't got time to sleep. I'm not going to be sleeping for 8 hours a day because I haven't accomplished my goals. I haven't accomplished what I'm here to do. Most I'm going to allow myself to get is 6. You know what I'm saying? Like I got things to do. I ain't I know that might sound weird, but once you train your mindset to that you are here for a purpose and you have goals and stuff like that, your spirit won't allow your body to rest until you accomplish that. That's how I'm getting now and then. And then sometimes whenever, like, now I was under the weather, I'm still kind of like under the weather in spirit, like it's time to sit down. It's time to shut it down. Like today I was supposed to work. But yesterday, towards the end of the day, my spirit guides were like, let your supervisors know that you're not coming in. You done. You ain't going to work. You gonna rest. So that's what I did. I mean, like, take me off the schedule. I can't work. So I listen to my heart. I listen to spirit. Spirit is what guides my life. Once I connected to my spirit guides, I told them, I'm going to let you direct and guide me in this life. So whatever you tell me to do, no matter how crazy it may sound, you know what I'm saying? I'm at your mercy because I have to learn, it's like learning to walk and talk all over again, except you're seeing with a different pair of eyes. Instead of seeing with these physical eyes, you're seeing with the mind's eye. So with the mind's eye, you're connected to spirit guides, and everything in the fourth and fifth dimensions, and higher vibrations. So you're doing things, you have one foot on earth and one foot in the spirit world. Hey, Nonchalant, I appreciate it. Yeah, 13,000 likes. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I've been on here a while. Take herbs with iron in it. Okay, thank you, Spirit Goddess. I appreciate it. I got to get on the on herbs to help me out a little bit. But, yeah, guys, so I've been on here a while. Get ready to go walk the dog, get myself together. All right? So you guys have an awesome, awesome evening. Take care of yourselves and remember to layer your protection, because your protection is deflection against those haters, okay? So you got to deflect the energy, the negative energy of those haters, right? You're going to have a lot of people hating on you. Especially when you know who you are, you know what power you have, man, they coming for you. And so you just got to layer their protection. So you ain't even got to worry about the engagement. Rules of engagement. My rules of engagement is calling on my spirit guides and the spirits that protect me and letting them go to work. That's the most fighting I'm going to do. I've retired from fighting. I have a new job now, right? These spirits don't need me fighting and getting in trouble. They need me to connect with them, and because they got messages for me to give to other people. So they're going to protect me so I don't get myself in trouble, okay? So, all right, guys, y'all have a good one. Don't forget, click on the link in my bio. Go check out my Patreon community, and we look forward to seeing you over there.